police gave him 40 years. Well, guess what? So,
you left her in there. You ignored her because she was an inconvenience.
You see, I get nothing back except the reality that she is gone.
This is the case of Jaleel Smith Riley. It was November 16, 2013, when Riley, along with two other men, embarked on a fateful mission. Approaching a parked car, they encountered 20-year-old Portia Brooks and her boyfriend, Aaron Martin Smith. With a handgun in hand, Riley knocked on the window, coercing Aaron out of the vehicle while Jaleel rummaged through his pockets, demanding every dollar he had. Tragically, Aaron's life took a devastating turn as Jaleel callously fired a fatal shot, leaving him with permanent brain damage. But Jaleel's ruthless act didn't end there. In a heart-wrenching twist, he turned his attention to Brooks, firing 2 shots that ultimately claimed her life 3 agonizing days later. While Aaron survived, he suffered serious injuries that would haunt him forever. Before the judge handed down the sentence, Portia's grieving family had an opportunity to address the jury and the man responsible for their daughter's untimely demise. Sharon Brooks, Portia's mother, brought a box containing her daughter's ashes to the courtroom, symbolizing the void left by Riley's greed, selfishness, and complete disregard for human life.
This is what I have left because of his greed, his selfishness, his complete disregard and disrespect of others and life. But as you can see, I get nothing back except the reality that she is gone.
With tears streaming down her face, Sharon expressed how Riley had shattered her life and robbed her of her identity as a mother of 3. Tia Marie Brooks, Portia's sister, emotionally pleaded for the maximum sentence, believing that only a lifetime behind bars could begin to repair the damage done. Amidst the sorrow, Aaron, the survivor of Jaleel's gunshot, bravely addressed the court. Despite the immense pain he endured, he spoke of Portia's everlasting presence, describing her as their guardian angel, guiding them through the darkest times.
She's still here with us, and she will always be here. So she's our angel looking over us, helping us get through these hard times.
The strength and resilience displayed by Aaron were truly awe-inspiring. If you thought this courtroom drama couldn't get any more intense, think again. During the trial on August 11, 2021, Smith Riley shocked everyone present by pleading guilty to aggravated murder and attempted murder. However, in a stunning twist against the advice of his attorneys, he chose to withdraw his guilty plea. This unexpected reversal not only shocked the victims' families, but also potentially resurrected the death penalty as a possibility. With emotions running high, Judge Charles Kubitsky, presiding over the case in Hamilton County Common Pleas Court, addressed Smith Riley's request and delivered his judgment. The 23-year-old monster was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. As the weight of his crime settled upon him, Smith Riley collapsed to the floor of the courtroom, unable to comprehend the consequences of his actions. In addition to his life sentence, he received an extra 11 years for a related attempted murder charge. His show of remorse might be sincere, however, some convicts are rather shocked by their sentences, like in the case of Seth Welch and Tatiana Fusari. In a heartbreaking case that shook Michigan, Seth and Tatiana found themselves facing charges of first-degree murder. Their 10-month-old daughter, Marianne Welch, tragically died on August 2, 2018, in Solon Township, Kent County. The police determined that neglect, resulting in malnutrition and dehydration, was the cause of her untimely death. Shockingly, Child Protective Services had been involved with the family since 2014 due to the found in their firstborn child's system. Mary weighed a mere 8 pounds at the time of her passing. Disturbingly, her parents refused medical assistance, citing religious reasons and distrust of the medical system. The state of their family home, infested with vermin and insects, only added to the horrors discovered during the initial investigation. During the autopsy, it became evident that Mary suffered from chronic malnutrition due to the deliberate withholding of food and water by her parents. Seth's chilling 911 call painted a grim picture of their neglect, as he acknowledged that Mary was already believed to be deceased when discovered. Rather than seeking immediate help for their daughter, they chose to consult a lawyer, further highlighting their complete disregard for her well-being. In court, the prosecutors presented a strong case, emphasizing the parents' extreme negligence toward their 10-month-old child.
You didn't know that. And don't tell me you didn't intend that because you didn't get her little tush out of that crib. You left her in there. You ignored her because she was an inconvenience.
The prosecution challenged their claims of innocence, asserting that their actions and inaction were intentional and caused immense harm. Justice was finally served when Seth Welch was convicted of first-degree murder in June 2020. The court recognized the gravity of his crimes and sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole. As the judge pronounced the sentence, Seth's disbelief was palpable, realizing the severe consequences of his actions. During her testimony, Tatiana Fusari shed light on the abusive nature of her relationship with Seth, claiming that she was not allowed to seek medical help for Mary.
Very angry with me. He smacked me across the face and he told me that he knows he said, "You know what the I think about doctors. I told you Mary is fine. She's fine, now drop it."
However, her testimony did not absolve her of responsibility for Mary Ann's tragic fate. In November 2021, Fusari received her own sentence life without parole for first-degree murder, along with an additional 15 to 30 years for first-degree child abuse. The courtroom was filled with a mix of relief and sorrow as Seth and Tatiana received their deserved sentences for the unspeakable neglect that led to Mary Ann Welch's heartbreaking death. However, not every convict drops in tears after hearing their sentence. This is the case of Ricky Hand. Meet Ricky Hand, a Springfield man who went on a spree of robberies across Ohio. Late at night, Ricky targeted numerous local convenience stores, making off with extra cash. However, his crime spree was about to come to a sudden halt when he decided to try his luck at John's drive-thru. As Ricky approached the door of John's drive-thru, little did he know that the store owner was armed and ready to protect his business. Shots were fired, scaring Ricky away, but not before the store owner hit him. Ricky fled the scene, leaving the store owner to call the police, reporting the failed robbery attempt and the gunshot.
Yeah, this is John's drive-thru, West Main Street. A guy just tried to rob me and I shot him. He ran out the back door.
Okay, is he injured?
I think I hit him.
Within a few days, Ricky found himself in a hospital seeking treatment for the bullet wounds he sustained during the failed robbery. It was there that the police arrested him, questioning him about the events of that night. Ricky eventually admitted to his attempt to rob John's drive-thru.
I did try to rob John's drive-thru. He got shot 3 times. I did the crime, I ain't gonna lie. I just wanted to live.
When Ricky's case reached the courtroom, he faced the consequences of his actions. The judge handed down a staggering sentence of 40 years. This lengthy sentence was due to the prosecution proving Ricky's guilt in a string of robberies throughout Springfield, Ohio. Upon hearing that he would spend decades behind bars, Ricky's anger reached a boiling point. In a disturbing turn of events, Ricky reached for bottles containing his own urine and feces, which he had concealed in an arm sling. Without warning, he threw the repulsive mixture at his defense attorney, causing chaos and disgust in the courtroom.
Sir, yes. You just gave him 4 years. Well, guess what? Sir, what's this? Yeah, that's
As a result of his vile outburst, Ricky faced serious consequences. He was charged with 5 counts of harassment with bodily substances, 1 for his attorney and 4 for the deputies present in the courtroom. In addition, he faced charges of obstructing official business and retaliation. The shocking courtroom incident involving Ricky Hand left everyone stunned and disturbed. It serves as a chilling reminder of the unpredictability and extreme actions some individuals can resort to when faced with the consequences of their crimes. Stay tuned for more unbelievable stories from the courtroom as we unveil the complexities and realities of the justice system.